Today we are going to look at how to determine the number of significant digits in a number. To do that, you need to know a certain type of number that you will see in chemistry. The first type of number that you will see is a decimal number. Now, what are decimal numbers? A number has decimal, of course. So let's look at one decimal number. Let's look at this one right here. To determine the number of significant digits for decimal number, you start counting from the first non-zero all the way to the very last digit. So the very last digit. So here we have 0.003840. So your first non-zero is right there. And you start counting from 3 all the way to the very end, which give you 1, 2, 3, and 4. So therefore this one has 4 significant digits. Let's look at another decimal number. Here we have 17.00. Our first non-zero is at the 1, and we start counting to the very end, which give you also 4 significant digits. Now what if we have a number that does not have a decimal, like this one over here, this 2 right here? For a number without a decimal, you are going to count all the non-zero digit and all the captive zero only. Only non-zero digit and captive zero. What are captive zero? Captive zero are zero between two non-zero digits. And we are going to ignore the trailing zero, okay? So in this case, we have specific type of zero, captive zero between two non-zero, trailing zero are the very end of a number, and then we have leading zero, which are the beginning of a number. So again, we are only going to focus on captive zero and non-zero. In this case, we have 3, 0, 1, 0, 0. So we have 1, 2, 3. This 2 does not count because they are not captive zero. So we have 3 significant digits here. Over here we have 3, 0, 0, 0. This 0 are not significant, so therefore it only have 1 significant digit. Now this 0 are still important to determine the values of the number because they are placeholder. That is, they hold the values of a number. Because if I were to take away this 30, you would have only 3. By having that 300 now become 3000. Remember, placeholders and significant digit are two different things. Significant digit tell you how precise the measurements are. Another type of number that we have is called scientific notation. In a scientific notation, we have the decimal part, and we also have the exponent part. When you look at scientific notation, you are going to look at the decimal part only. Sometimes they call it the coefficient number. So I'm going to cross this out and put the word decimal there. So let's look at this one. We have 6.07 times 10 to the negative 15. So you can kind of ignore this and focus on this. This is a decimal number. So we have our first non-zero and counting all the way to the very end give you 3 significant digits. And then over here we have 8 times 10 to the 8. We can ignore this and this give you 1 significant digit. One of the last type of number that we have is called exact number. Exact number. Exact number are the number that you see in a conversion factors or formulas or counting number. There are no uncertainty in this number. So therefore they have infinite number of significant digits. What does that mean? That means when you do your calculation, you kind of ignore the significant digit in exact numbers. For instance, we have 1 moles of carbon equal to 12.0 grams of carbon. Or we have $1 equal to 100 pennies. Or we have 1 kilogram equal to 1,000 grams. Now, in this case, we don't care about the significant digit in this number when we do our calculation because they are not measurement. Go to StreamlineED.com to download ready-to-use online practice with immediate feedback. You don't have to make copies. All of your student work is auto-graded. This will save you a lot of paper and hours of grading. The links are in the description below. Thank you.